Good evening. News headlines today. Who says India's COVID-19 toll highest in the world? More than 500,000 people have died of COVID-19 in India, according to official figures. More than 4.7 million people in India, nearly 10 times higher than official records suggest, are thought to have died because of COVID-19, according to a new World Health Organization, WHO report. India's government has rejected the figure, saying the methodology is flawed. In November 2020, researchers at the World Mortality Dataset, a global repository that provides updated data on deaths from all causes, asked authorities in India to provide information. These are not available, India's main statistical office told the researchers, according to Ariel Karlinsky, a scientist who co-created the dataset and is a member of an advisory group set up by the WHO for its estimates of excess deaths caused by COVID globally during 2020 and 2021. WHO suggests India accounts for almost a third of COVID deaths globally. Bloody battles at Azovstal Steelworks, says Ukrainian commander. The Ukrainian commander leading troops holed up in a steel plant in Mariupol says difficult, bloody battles are being fought. The Azovstal Steelworks is the last stronghold of resistance in Mariupol, and taking the southern port city is a key goal for Russia. Meanwhile, Hungary says it will veto an EU proposal to ban all Russian oil imports by the end of the year. The plan was put forward by the European Commission as part of a new package of sanctions against Moscow. The Azovstal Metalworks has become priority number one for Ukraine's political and military leadership, an advisor to the country's defense minister has told. Russian fighters had now launched a ground offensive, he said, having previously focused on aerial bombardment and missile strikes. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has appealed to the UN for help in saving the lives of the remaining injured Ukrainians trapped in the Azovstal Steelworks in Mariupol. Ride-hailing and delivery group Uber has made a $5.9 billion loss, mostly due to its stakes in other companies. The firm said almost all of the loss was a result of the fall in the value of investments in businesses, including two Asian ride-hailing giants, China's Didi and Southeast Asia's Grab. Nearly 300 probable cases of children with severe hepatitis have been detected in 20 countries worldwide, with some in Southeast Asia, the World Health Organization, WHO has said. Reports BBC. Russian ruble hits highest level since March 2020. The Russian ruble briefly reached its highest level against the dollar since March 2020 on Thursday, supported by capital controls, while stock indexes also climbed as the market watched developments around possible new sanctions against Moscow. The volatile currency hit a high of 65.31 per dollar in early trading on the Moscow exchange, but by 13:39 GMT was at 66.14, which was 0.2% stronger than its Wednesday closing level. Germany has started filling the huge Rehden gas storage facility abandoned by Russia's Gazprom, the site's state-appointed managers said on Thursday, as Europe's biggest economy looks to guard against the risk of Moscow turning off supplies. Russian gas is vital to Europe and Germany in particular. But supplies have been thrown into doubt by Western sanctions over Moscow's invasion of Ukraine and a looming deadline set by Russia for payments in rubles, which most buyers have rejected. Taiwan signaled on Thursday that it had abandoned a plan to buy advanced new anti-submarine warfare helicopters from the United States, saying they were too expensive. Taiwan had earlier said it was planning to buy 12 MH-60 anti-submarine helicopters, made by Lockheed Martin Corporation unit Sikorsky, but domestic media said the United States had rejected the sale as not being in line with the island's needs. Elon Musk is expected to become Twitter's temporary CEO after closing his $44 billion takeover of the social media firm, says CNBC. Musk, the world's richest man, is also the CEO at Tesla Incorporation and heads two other ventures, The Boring Company and SpaceX. Reports Reuters. For suspected terrorists with Pakistan link caught with explosives in Haryana. The suspected Khalistani terrorists were arrested at 4 a.m. at Karnal's Batera Toll Plaza while they were on their way to Delhi in a white Toyota Innova SUV. Hindu man in Hyderabad killed after marrying Muslim. The police suspect the man, B. Nagaraju, was killed by relatives of his wife, a Muslim. 2 of her brothers have been named as the accused, and the police have formed special teams to arrest them. Apple stops accepting debit, credit cards for subscriptions, app purchases in India. Apple users in India can, though, still make purchases using UPI or net banking. Reports NDTV. A plea has been filed in the Supreme Court of India by the All India Medical Students Association, AIMSA, to postpone the National Eligibility Entrance Test for Postgraduate, NEET PG 2022, which will be held on May 21st. Reports Republic TV. Almost 193 million people in 53 countries suffered acute food insecurity in 2021 due to what the UN on Wednesday said was a toxic triple combination. Reports New Indian Express. India turns to expensive foreign gas to ease its power crisis. Torrent Power Limited and Gale India Limited bought LNG for May delivery in the last week, with the fuel set to be used to help power plants boost generation, according to traders with knowledge of the matter. The utilities paid about triple the normal spot rate for this time of year, as Russia's invasion of Ukraine exacerbates a global supply crunch. The purchases are unusual for India's cost-sensitive power generators, which tend to avoid buying LNG at such high rates. They illustrate how a domestic coal shortage is forcing the South Asian nation to look for alternative fuels no matter the price, further elevating international demand. Gas was used to produce about 4% of the nation's electricity in 2020, versus 71% for coal, according to Bloomberg NEF. The 3-member Delimitation Commission on Jammu and Kashmir, headed by Justice Ranjana Desai, RETD, on Thursday signed the final order on redrawing the assembly constituencies of the Union Territory, a day before its term was to end. The Commission has proposed increasing the number of seats in the UT from 83 to 90. The panel has recommended 6 additional seats for Jammu and 1 for Kashmir. As of now, the Kashmir division has 46 seats and the Jammu division 37. Besides, there are 24 seats in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK, that continue to remain vacant. For the first time, 9 seats have been proposed for scheduled tribes. The panel has Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra and the State Election Commissioner of Jammu and Kashmir as its ex officio members. LIC IPO fully subscribed on day 2 of bidding. India's biggest initial public offer, IPO, by insurance behemoth Life Insurance Corporation, LIC, was fully subscribed on day 2 bidding, data from exchanges showed. Bids were received for 16.25 crore shares as against 16.20 shares being offered for sale by LIC. The portion reserved for policyholders and employees received the most number of subscriptions, while the policyholders' portion was subscribed 3.07 times, that for employees was subscribed 2.14 times. Reports Times of India. Supreme Court of India cancels bail to student leader in Madhya Pradesh whose banners were put upon his release in rape case. Supreme Court said the discretion by courts in deciding a bail application must be exercised after due application of the judicial mind and not in a routine manner. Reports New Indian Express. Low-pressure area brews in the Andaman Sea could intensity into a cyclone and influence monsoon onset, say experts. Reports Weather.com. Delhi very IPO worth 5,235 Indian rupees crores to hit markets from 11 to 13 May. Reports Mint. Thank you.